Hi, my name is Joey, and in this video, I will be walking you through a Power BI project I built to focus on property management analytics. This dashboard brings together key business data, including financials, client performance, property sales, and location-based insights into one interactive view. The goal was to solve a common problem of having to search through multiple spreadsheets or systems just to get a clear picture. With a dashboard like this, leadership can quickly access metrics that support faster and more informative decisions. So to start off, I use four data sources, and that is Um, I use a property table, a sales table, an expense table, a client table. And then I created a calendar table using uh, DAX coding. So here's the calendar. Here's the code that I use, which is based off of a template. And it uses calendar auto. And then from there, the first piece of this dashboard, well, in the background, you see this gray background right here that I created in Canva. And then the second part was actually using a card. Now from here, it just basically took all the years from that data. As I click these different years, it will change everything uh, on the dashboard as it's interactive. Then the next part that I did was the cards, which I use the new card, and I use measures to calculate the revenue, the expenses, the income, and the property sold. And I as well attach graphics. So let's show the measures, which is also in DAX, to calculate that. And then here's the expense. The income is just revenue minus expense. And then property sold as a count. Yeah, count columns where the status is sold. The first table that I did was revenue by month. And for the x-axis, I use month. For the y-axis, I use revenue. And for this, I only wanted to show the highest number in green and lowest number in red. Now, the rest of these numbers, they're still here, but I changed the color to white just so it's less cluttered. The next table that I did was the revenue by means of sales. Now, the x-axis is revenue, the y-axis is means of sales, and this helps identify which means of sales is bringing in more revenue. The next visual that I did was revenue by property. Now, for this one here, it shows the revenue by apartment, condo, single family, and townhouse. After that, I did a table down here for property sold. And for this, actually, I use a template to help me get these colors here to make it more visually appealing. The template that I used was, let me bring it up really quick, was from this site. And what I basically did was I searched in templates. Then from here, I used the process column. And all this was just taking the code, adjusting it so that way it could look visually appealing. Now, templates can be used in almost anything in Power BI to help speed up the process, and it's more efficient. The next part of this I did was the revenue by country. Now, for this map, I actually also use a template, and that was through JSON. And then I put the custom code in, and it is also connected to this table here. Basically, what you could do is you could click around, it'll zoom in, zoom out, and it'll show the different revenues per country. And this is in the year of 2022, right there. As that's set, it'll go. And then after that, the next visual was the who are our best clients. Now for this is also a table, but I grabbed these templates of just people to show for the images, to show their profile, their name, the amount of properties that were sold, the revenue, and the occupation. And then finally, the next visual was to implement pictures of the property. When you click around, some properties will have images, some won't, but those images will appear. This simplifies reporting, reduces manual work, and enables stakeholders to focus on decision making rather than data wrangling. And this is pretty much it for the video, and thank you for watching.